'Tis the season of the music of the night. Ah, I am the Phantom with tape and a bad paper mask. Indeed. Okay, yeah, okay, we're getting this off now. Yep, I got some hair there. Yeah. Yeah. Because it's not Halloween, I couldn't go out and buy just a Phantom mask at like a Spirit for $5. But yeah, Phantom of the Opera, the 2004 movie. Now this is actually a review that I've wanted to do for quite some time. Ever since I pretty much saw Nostalgia Shake Lindsay's review and the Nostalgic review. And when I saw those reviews, and by the way, I just made that. It's just stupid. And I saw this, I'm like, you know what? Thinking back, I kind of enjoyed it when I saw it the first time, but looking back on it, I'm like, does it still hold up? Well, I'm going to be one of those people. Now, I'm going to say right off the bat, is this my favorite movie in the world? F no. Is this the worst movie in the world? F no. Is it a bad film, though? Is it like the dumpster fire the majority of people say it is? I really don't think so. I have problems with the movie, absolutely, but I don't see it as a humongous, flop or... In box office-wise, it actually didn't do too bad at the box office. So what's the problem a lot of people have with the movie? Well... The issues I have with the movie are some in the same and some in the not. Some of the issues I find are, personally, some of the issues is that the movie is long. The movie is extremely long. It is extremely drawn out, which in many respects the movie should be. It's based off an opera. The opera has a lot to go over. But an opera usually allows for intermissions. There's usually time for people to go up, use the bathroom, get a refreshment, go back in for the play. And those usually range from anywhere from 2 to 4 hours, give or take, maybe, anywhere between 2 and 4 hours worth of time. A movie, and how long was this movie exactly? Because the runtime for this was well over 2 hours. The runtime was nearly an hour, 2.5 hours. So it is like an extremely long movie. Not the longest in the world, but extremely long movie. But it feels like parts just don't need to be there. The backstory with the Phantom being a circus he was like a circus freak and he was abused and he killed someone. I don't get that. That could have been completely and utterly just taken out. You didn't need that. Some of the songs, despite the fact that the songs are generally well performed in many regards, mind you. Or generally, they're trying, I guess should be the better. But we'll get to a lot of the songs in just a moment. But despite that, I mean, some of the songs just are not needed. Like what was it? 1 second. Which one is it? Notes and Prima Donna song. That is over 10 minutes of just da 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 da. Oh my god! Because I re-listened to the music before I decided to do this review, and my god, say what you and we will get to Gerard Butler, but say what you will about Gerard Butler. My god, that has to be the most annoying flipping music in the entire movie. I haven't seen... it's been a long time since I've actually watched the movie itself. I still remember it vaguely and fondly enough to do a review on it. But it's been a while. I don't remember that song. If I ever watched that movie again, in hindsight, I probably should watch it again just to really get another first take. I may very well skip that scene. That is just pain in my ears. But it's not the only problem. Characterizations I've always had a problem with. My biggest problem ever in any interpretation of the Phantom. Maybe it's explained in the book. Maybe that's what it is. But here's the thing. The Phantom is attracted to Christine. And Christine is the one he loves. And, she's beautiful. She sings like an angel. And she's kind of accepted him for what he is. And that's why maybe he can find love with her. The problem is, apart from the fact that she's pretty and she sings well, what actual redeeming factors does Christine as an individual have? she's not evil or anything, don't get me wrong, but really look at Christine for a second as a character. She's young. She's pretty. She sings nice. She actually interacts with the Phantom, one of the few people who will interact with the Phantom and not just be horribly grotesque by him. Great, he's wearing the mask most of the time. When she first sees that his face, she's frightened by it, but she still interacts with him later on. So it's not that she's not completely going to shun him away or anything like that. So I can understand that. However, apart from that, Christine's kind of a self-absorbed little blip or airhead. Particularly, she's also okay. In the movie and in the play, her father passed away, so she's a young judge. She's like a ward almost, and taken in by like a madame. Did none of them teach her manners or about respecting a person's space or personal self? Because what does she do? She's apparently, she takes the Phantom's mask off without his consent because she wants to see what he looks like underneath, and he won't show her because he's misformed, deformed, grotesquely. Argue probably not that bad. It's still, in the time period, would still be considered deformity and grotesque for the time period, but in the movie it's more like a skin fungus growth, little scarring kind of thing. It's not that impressive compared to some of the other ones. Point being though, he's deformed on there, and he's been shunned by the world because of it, so of course he'd be reluctant to show anyone his face. Yeah, what do? While he's just sitting there, he's letting you in his home, he's like, he's enjoying your company. Also, you rip his mask off, he's like, damn you! He has every right to be upset with her. She disrespected his privacy. She disrespected his personal space. And I get the vague impression that's not the first time she's tried to do that either. She's probably tried to see, and because that's probably not their first interaction at all either. Despite in the movie that's the first interaction, and in the play. But I get the vague impression that's probably not the first time they've actually interacted and met. So I get the but let's say for sake of sake that is. Two scenarios. One, that's not the first thing you tried, which means you're even ruder for trying before, thinking it's a game till you realize, oh my god, he's scarred, no wonder he's hit his face. Or two, that's the first time you meet him, you don't even ask how he looks under there, so you try to tear it off anyway. You selfish little twat! I don't like this character very much, as you can understand. See? I find her very self-absorbed. I find her very self-absorbed, selfish. Now, don't get me wrong. She's not evil. She's young. She doesn't know any better. I do find it very surprising that your father didn't teach you any manners before he passed away, or the woman who's taking you in has never taught you any manners about self-respect, or personal respect, or respect for someone else's personal space. But still. And then what does she do? She dicks around with the other guy simply because they knew each other, and he loves her, but she's confused. But it's like, no, yeah, maybe I do love you. When really, I mean, and to say and let's not go into that whole love never dies shit. Let's stay with the actual Phantom story. I mean, yeah, she goes, in the end, she does end up returning to the Phantom, but the Phantom is like, no, I manipulated you into loving me, and that's not really what I just wanted you to love me. That's all I really wanted, not through manipulation, but I wanted you to love me, and I realized I was wrong. So the Phantom has a better personal growth than she does. She's just a manipulative little puppet for the entirety of these people. Oy. The rest of the performers, and I'm keeping Gerard Butler out when I say rest of the performers, because he's a separate topic altogether. The rest of the performers, I think, actually do fine. Patrick Wilson, I think, is actually fine as, what was his name? Raoul. I think, yeah, Minnie Driver can actually sing, and when they dubbed her over, but she's fine in the movie. All the other actors are fine in the movie. He's kind of just bland and not, he got a decent singing voice. That's what I'm saying. Again, saving Gerard Butler for last. Everyone here, when they actually sing, it's not terrible. I mean, what was her? Emma Rossum? And she's not a bad-looking girl either. And was she married? Spouse. Oh, no, they got divorced from, she's currently engaged to Sam Ismail. Who's Sam Ismail? He's one of the creators of Mr. Robot. That's interesting. That's cool. But she's fine. She sounds fine. I admit, like when they said in the critic review that the first song she sings, it's a little weak. I mean, it's not like she doesn't sound bad or anything. She does have a very pleasant sounding voice, but it is a weak sounding voice. But then when go into the cackle, she just goes, no, I'm not going to bother doing that. Say that, when she's doing that, she's actually pretty belting it really. She's belting it fairly well. So later on, her vocal performance improves, which segues for me into the Phantom. Now, I like Gerard Butler as an actor. Was he miscast? Yes. I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. He was miscast in the Phantom role. But when I actually watched a behind the scenes feature about why they chose Gerard Butler in the role by the end of it, there was some sense to it. He's not a trained musician. They know that. But his voice does have a kind of primal, raw emotion to it. And when you actually listen to him sing and speak, you can hear that a bit of that primal raw emotion that I think the Phantom actually should have. I think he should have a bit of like real depth to his voice a bit. Now that's not to say he needs to be like pure primal instinct. No, but you actually can hear the emotion into his voice. Now, is his performance good? That depends on what you define as his performance. Do you talk about his singing performance or do you talk about his acting? When you talk about his acting, when you really look at it, any choices that was made were not on his part. They were by the script's part. So you can't fault him for anything that was the script's problem for like his character. But really, when you see his performance, he's fine. He's mysterious. He's foreboding. Yeah, he's a bit of a pretty boy Phantom because only like a quarter of his face is messed up and not even that terrible. But he's overall overall fine for it. He's intimidating, he's aggressive, but he's also can be kind and gentle. I think the issue a lot of people have is the fact that it is Gerard Butler and he wasn't a trained singer or anything like that. And yeah, that's a problem. But he's a good actor, and when he's actually acting, granted the accent he has is a little weird, but when he's actually acting, he's fine in the role. But now the real catch with the Phantom it's the music, the song, and I'm gonna be honest, he's not that bad. I might have like a bunch of snipers pointing at me right now saying that he is not that bad as when it comes to singing. Now, I say that saying that about 50% of him singing is actually not bad, and it actually verges on pretty decent. The first half of the movie, he's trying too hard, and I think that's actually a bit of, because opera is grand, it's operatic, as the term that a lot of people that's been coined. It's grand, it's loud, it's not even bombastic, it's just very pronounced and projecting. And right from his first line, insolent boy, this brave young suit, you can hear him trying too hard. And then when we go into the Phantom of the Opera, it's like, sing once again for me, strange. Again, it's like, okay, that's slightly better. It's passable, but I can hear you're trying too hard. But that's the thing, is that he's just trying too hard. His voice is not designed quite for that. The music of the night is another one where, he's not, the music of the night isn't terrible, but you can just hear he's not used to singing. He's just not. So for the first half, it's like, it's passable to you're just trying too hard. But then we have the time skip. And once we get to the time skip, that's when things change up for me. Because I don't know, obviously, I don't think any of us, besides people who worked on the film, know what the progression of filming was, what scenes came before what in the filming process. But if they were in fact like almost in consecutive order, say for a few, you can tell, because after the halfway point, basically after the time skip, like with the mask racing, you can hear it in his voice that he's improved. Like, why so silent, good messieurs? He's in that song right there with Masquerade and Silent. He's supposed to be intimidating. He's supposed to be just overlording all of them. And you get that intimidation with him. And then, what was it, past the point of no return? I honestly think that's a perfectly well-performed bit. That's a perfectly well-performed song. Sorry, the car. I want to be sure no one was pulling in the drive, so I had to stop video. Yeah, I think that's a perfectly well-performed song. Past the point of no, and with that, with that song, he's actually using his voice's natural range to its advantage, using his deep voice, no return. Yeah, when he does that and stuff, he sounds fine. He's not going overly high, but it's one of those things he needs to emphasize. Da 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 da. That sounds all great to me, and the duet between them is really good too. And then, really, the end of that song, say you'll stay with me, one love, one life, all that, that's really touching. Because, and I say that because, not just because it sounds nice, but because of what it does for his character in the movie. Because throughout the whole time, he's trying to win Christine. He's violent. He's killed a man, which, to be fair, that's something they probably shouldn't have gone with. He's got violent tendencies. But he does love Christine in his own way, and he just wants her to be with him in some way. And when you listen to the lyrics of that last line, I was like, say you'll stay with me, one love, one lifetime, save me from this life, or is it Lonely Solitude? I can't remember per se. I did listen to all the songs before I did this review. I listened to a good portion of them. But, he wants, but then the line he goes, anywhere you go, let me go too. And I'm not trying my hardest to sing well, because I'm not going to. I could if I really tried, but I'm not going to. And I'm not saying I'd sound like Andrew Lloyd Webber, but then again, no one sounds like Andrew Lloyd Webber. But no, it's when he says, anywhere you go, let me go to, Christine, that's all I ask of you. And then she takes his mask off for everyone to see, even though she's already seen he's ugly under, he's deformed under. So why don't I just expose you to the world? Selfish little... Anyway, so yeah, when he says that, when he says that, I don't like her character really at all, and she actually pisses me off a bit. When he says that line, I can think the impression is like, look, I love you. I just want you in my life. I want to be there. Anywhere you go, let me just be there with you. And yeah, would he maybe try to seduce her later on down the road? Sure, I fully believe he would try to do that. But at that time, I think he just like, no, Christine, I mean, you might be marrying this guy, but just please be in my life. Please, I need you. You're the only one who really kind of understands and accepts me to some extent. So please, I just want you. That's at least what I got. And I kind of see that. Now, yeah, again, like I said, I fully believe he would have tried to seduce her later on, and he kidnaps her and all that, and then we get the whole, we're past the point of no return. Then his singing gets a little bit more, not as good. But to be fair, there's a lot of raw emotion going through those scenes. So I give that a pass. But honestly, the thing that pisses me off more about this movie, about the songs more than anything, and the Phantom's character, is that Gerard Butler and the Phantom completely got shafted because they took out the one song that would have done so much for the character, and that's a No One Would Listen. They took out No One Would Listen. You could have, and it's not long. I think it's like 2 minutes long. Wait a minute. No One Would Listen soundtrack. No One Would Listen. Nope. No One Would Listen. Not soundtrack. 1 second. It was, No One Would Listen was the song. And let me just see, how long was that song? That song was about 2.5 minutes long. It's at the lead scene. It's not on the soundtrack. But it's such... First off, Gerard Butler sings it beautifully. It works perfectly with his voice because he does not have to go over the top. He does not have to go loud bombastic. He can keep it low, he can keep it soft, he can keep it subtle. That works for his voice. And when you hear him sing it, it is beautifully sung. And it's lonely, and it's haunting, and it's sad. This is where the Phantom gets shafted, because you actually get an understanding of why he's in love with Christine and why he would be in love with Christine, as opposed to the fact that she's just beautiful and sings well. And they could have just taken out a couple of this. Maybe they could have even shaved off a half hour, 10 minutes with that note song, or at least half that song. They could have shaved off some of that song. They could have taken away the circus freak background, and they could have added this. It would have saved so much for the Phantom's character. It would have given Javert, and I'm Gerard, and I'm Gerard, the butler that sings. But anyway, it would have given Gerard Butler a lot more credit as the Phantom, and even a bit as a singer. Because again, if you listen to the song, you can find it on YouTube. I literally just typed it on YouTube. I found it. It's like it came up with the first one. You can find a bunch of them. It's a beautiful. It really is a beautiful song. He got shafted on that, I think. And now, granted, was he the ideal choice for the Phantom? No, he wasn't. There would have been far better individuals who can actually sing, who are trained singers, who would have been a better option than Gerard Butler. But that being said, I think Gerard Butler really gets a bad rap for this movie. Anything that's wrong with this movie really isn't his fault. So if you don't like him, that's your personal choice. If you don't like the sound of his voice, that's your personal choice. But I'm just saying, if you're one of the people who just harks on him as like, he's a terrible singer, oh my god, you run the Phantom, watch the Phantom again. Watch his scenes where he's just acting, and then maybe try re-listening to some of them, and definitely listen to No One Would Listen. And I think you might be a little surprised at the fact that maybe he's not amazing, but he's hardly terrible. There were I heard Antonio Banderas was supposed to be an option. I have never heard Antonio Banderas sing. Given his accent and his style, I don't believe that. Plus, he's Mexican, and I know he's of some sort of Spanish descent, but Mexican or Spanish. But I mean, you talk about whitewashing. Then there's we're going to cast him as the Phantom in France. Look, I know French did have people of ethnicity in there. The France did. I'm going to call some bull on that one. But maybe. I mean, Hugh Jackman and Anne Hathaway were supposed to be in there at one point. I could have actually seen that. I mean, say what you will about Les Mis, they're both great performers and singers. I know John Travolta was one for a while, so I mean, and Matthew McConaughey, all right. I am the Phantom of the Opera. No, I mean, is this movie great, fantastic? No, it's not. It's got plenty of problems that I've already talked about. But I think it's beautifully shot. It's very lovely to look at. Most of the performances are fine. I don't think Gerard Butler's as bad as people say he is, and that includes his singing. And despite the fact I don't like the character of Christine, the actress playing her is fine. So overall, I mean, if you want me to rate this, it's a 5. It's an average movie. It's not above average, but it's not below average. It's watchable. It's completely watchable in my mind, especially if you like musicals. Not great. It's got scenes that I can't stand. Again, that My Note song and the Prima Donna song. Oh, I just can't deal with that song. It's just a terrible, terrible song. And not because it's really a bad. It's just because it's so gratingly annoying. But yeah, that's how I actually view the Phantom of the Opera, the movie. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, if you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. If you have ideas for who would wins, what if videos, put that in the comments below too. I will get to them. I have no set plans for tomorrow, but we'll see what pops up for movie news or trailers. Who would win will be up this week. Give me 1 second. I'm going to check which one I'm doing for the who would win. Because I've got a couple written down already. Let's see here. Which one am I going to do for the who would win this week? I'm going to do a fan requested one. And then I have a set plans for afterwards for that. Let's see here now. Nope. I've actually just done all these already. So give me 1 second. I gotta get through some I haven't done yet. And I know I have them. I know for a fact that I have them. Nope, not that one. Not that one either. Where are they? I know I have them. I wrote a couple down for that. There was my Halloween one. I did that one also. Wow, I've done a lot of these. Oh, okay. And do I have one more written down? No, I'm gonna have to write down a couple more of these for the future. But anyway, this week will be. Who suggested this one? 1 second. Yeah, I know someone suggested this one. Did I not write it down? I hate when I forget to write them down. So this week's will be Finn from Adventure Time versus Steven from Steven's Universe. Now, who suggested that one for me? 1 second. I know I have it here. Oh wow, this is. I feel bad that I'm not fine. I will do my utmost to find out who gave me the suggestion. Because I feel bad that I just don't. Maybe I thought I wrote down the person's name, but it turns out I didn't, and then I ended up erasing it. So, yeah. But I will find out the person who suggested Finn versus from Adventure Time versus Steven Universe, and I will make sure to give him the proper credit, shout out for that. But anyway, yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. This week will be Rogue One. Obviously, I got a superhero video. No magic. I already did that previously. And, anything else that happens to pop up I want to talk about. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you later. Have a good